your national days of the week. Why do you do that, T-Bone? That's a solid question. Let me explain. I believe you should find a reason to celebrate every day. It is so easy in life to just take one day after the other, just to get through Monday, just to make it past Tuesday. Oh my God, it's hump day. Oh my God, it's pre-Friday. Oh my God, it's Friday. It's the weekend and it's Monday. It's just, we can allow ourselves to get in that OODA loop of just over and over and then you're dead. That is what it is. Now, with these national days of the week, we take every day by storm. We look at the thing in that day, and it is going to make us happy. And if the ones I choose do not make you happy, and get online and find your own freaking national day of the week. But do something every day that makes you happy, and these are an excuse for happiness. You find out what the national day of the week is, and you try to celebrate it in some way. Try to celebrate every day. That's what the whole national days of the week thing is about. And that's why I take the time to make them and to put them out there on the Tok of the Ticks and out there on the grams of the Insta. Yeah, that's what it's all about. We have a little fun. We find a reason to celebrate every day. And this is what we do on Sunday mornings. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, T-Bone, from the Luns B Show with T-Bone and Chick Bro. It's time for your national days of the week. Starting with tomorrow, Monday, July 14th. Remember June 18th? Remember that? And then there was July the 4th. And there was this whole back and forth that the internet made us all believe that June 18th was not for white people. And then July 4th couldn't be celebrated by black people because they're pitting us against one another like, ah, ha, ha, ah, ha, ha, ha. And it didn't work. It's a day off. We're celebrating. It doesn't matter. Now, I would like to see an amalgamation of the races when it comes to this national day, okay? I have for years called it my favorite macaroni and cheese is what I call black macaroni and cheese. That's what I call it. I do it, see what I did there? Because, black people make the best macaroni and cheese, but that's not true. We can all make that macaroni and cheese. The recipes exist for all of us, and it should be if you are a toddler, you shouldn't be watching the show to begin with, but if you are a young child, and you're a latchkey kid, even though I think technically your parents go to prison if you're a latchkey kid. And there's a craft thing of dry noodles and powdered cheese, and you crack it open and you put some water in it and you microwave it for 10 seconds, and that's what's feeding you. Okay. But if you're bringing a tray of mac and cheese, it better not have the word Kraft on it. It better not have the word Kraft on it. You heard? You gotta bake it, man. You gotta put that cheese in there. You gotta get that crusty crust on top where the best part of that macaroni and cheese is in the corners. You get that edges. If we're gonna have two different holidays of celebration, of emancipation, of freedom, your June 18th and your July 4th, and we're going to split the hairs there. We can't have one National Macaroni and Cheese Day. There has to be two. And let's not beat around the bush about it. There needs to be National Black Macaroni and Cheese Day and National All Other People Macaroni and Cheese Day. Or you give everybody the recipe, okay? It ain't in grandma's little recipe box anymore. It's available on the online, and you can search black macaroni and cheese, and it will come up. But it'll be called the recipe will be called like Southern macaroni and cheese. And it doesn't matter. It is the best. Celebrate Monday, July 14th, National Black Macaroni and Cheese Day. Tuesday, July 15th, it's National Pet Fire Safety Day. let me try to understand what's going on here. What the fire peoples want you to do, and bless their heart, I love the fire peoples, especially in this area, because all of them are volunteers. There are very few paid firefighters around here, which personally I think is the way to go. If you can get people to do a job for free that you pay other people to do, and they're willing to do it because they get to drive trucks that make noises, more power to them. But that's not what the deal is here. The deal is Fire Pet Safety Day, which means you need to have a plan, because for humans, our fire safety plans are, we got to find ways to get out of the house no matter where the fire is. And if there's a fire, what is your alternate? What is your COA number 1, COA number 2, COA number 3? When we're talking about your cats, they're going to die. Cats, not known for escaping fires. Dogs, also not known for escaping fires, but have the added advantage of being loved so much that their owners will run into the flames to get them and bring them out or die trying. Tell me that's not true. Tell me in every news story you've seen where a house goes up in flames, they'll come on and they'll be like, well, 7 kittens or 7 cats were burned in the fire. Oh, I'm sad. Everyone's sad. The 7 cats expired from smoke inhalation and then burned beyond recognition. And then the next news story is like, local house catches on fire. Crazy man runs into the flames in flip-flops in a pair of Crocs and Daisy Dukes. And he runs into the fire and he grabs this 115-pound Rottweiler, throws him on his shoulder, busts through the door on the way out, passing the firemen on their way in. Video at 6. Your pets, you need to have a plan, all right? And here are your plan options. Plan A, you have anything other than a dog, have good insurance. Plan B, if you have a dog, be prepared to give your life for that dog. Okay. That is Tuesday, July 15th, National Pet Fire Safety Day. It's Wednesday, July 16th. Time for National Guinea Pig Appreciation Day. They don't have a fire safety plan, okay? No one's running in the house to save the guinea pigs. Me, T-Bone, personally, I am not a fan of keeping rodents and giving them names. I don't care if it's a guinea pig, a hamster, a mouse, a rat. Give me some more rodent things. What are more rodents? A chupacabra? I don't... I'm not a fan of rodents or reptiles. Give me a kitty cat if necessary, or give me a big old dog. That's who I am. But this day ain't about me. This day is about you ferret-loving... I don't know. Is a ferret a rodent? I don't think it is, because it's got a long, bushy tail, and rodents don't have long, bushy tails. I didn't study in school. So, Groundhog Appreciation Day. Yes, more of that. Guinea Pig Appreciation Day. If you've got your guinea pigs and they're stuck in a little aquarium and you want to appreciate them a little bit more, make one of those tunnel things where it gives the guinea pigs the thought that they're escaping. It makes them feel really good about themselves because they're like, oh, I got away. And they go, that's the actual sound. Shut it. And they run through the tunnel and they look left and look right and they run through the tunnel and they think they're making an escape. And then the tunnel ends with them in another aquarium on the opposite side of the room, within looking distance of the aquarium that they just escaped, and then they're like, ah. But in their tiny little brains, they'll forget about it, and tomorrow they'll make another escape from the tiny little aquarium that they're stuck in through the tubing that you've put up on Guinea Pig Appreciation Day and go back into the other tube. It's hours and hours of fun, much better than staring at fishes. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And that is Wednesday, July 16th, National Guinea Pig Appreciation Day. Moving Thursday, July 17th. It's National Tattoo Day. Off to the right, it said, the art that sticks with you. And, you know, times they are a-changing. Tattooing yourself used to be really popular, and then it fell out of fashion for many, many, many years, depending on the culture, and all cultures take cultural shifts. And in our Western culture, they're coming back, but they're moving to the really, really, really excessive extreme, which means it's just the way things work. It's not accepted. It's accepted. It's accepted more. It's accepted more. It becomes excessive. It becomes extremely excessive. And then, full stop, knock it off. There's a new law. Tattoos are illegal. Piercings are illegal. Doing the thing to your eyes is no longer legal. And then this is throughout history. And then we go through the cycle again. This is something you can't do. Okay, you can do a little bit. All right, you can do a little bit more. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's way too much. Stop. It's the circle of life. I know many of you in the reels, in real life. I can look at your name as it pops up on the screen, and if I remember correctly, know whether you do or do not have any tattoos. If you want to challenge me on this, just do the Judas Iscariot quote. Is it me? Yeah, just hit me and question mark, and I will try to answer whether or not you do or do not have a tattoo based on my memory or knowledge of you. And there's only a couple in the room, so this shouldn't take long. And that includes you, Mother, and Jill, who are both no's, by the way. Yeah, a no and a no. Now, you would think, by the way Mother looks, that he's a tattooed person, but he's a gentle soul. And I do not believe you have any tattoos, or any that I can remember. And James, I do not think you have any tattoos, but you could, and it wouldn't be a surprise if you did. But your old school tattoo, if you do have one, clearly it's not visible wearing a collared long sleeve shirt, because those were once restrictions to certain jobs. You could be tattooed. You could be tattooed, but it had to be unexposed in a long sleeve shirt. The girls at Hooters couldn't have tattoos. Did you know that? They had to cover them up with makeup and stuff. I'm wrong, but I'm not really wrong. Mr. James does have tattoos, apparently, but they're hidden, as they should be. Lucy, not surprisingly, Lucy doesn't have any tattoos. Going back over there, we're good over there, good over here. And that is the way we're going to celebrate National Tattoo Day. We're going to show off our tattoos, even the ones that you can't see in a long sleeve collared shirt. That's Thursday, July 17th, National Tattoo Day. Moving on to Friday, July 18th. It's National Daiquiri Day. Official, right? Because any day you're drinking daiquiris is National Daiquiri Day, but this is officially on the calendar a reason to go for daiquiris. Zeus doesn't like daiquiris. A reason to go for daiquiris after work. Yeah, what's in a daiquiri? Anybody remember? Adopted says I'm Batman. Okay. Don't want to pay attention. I have to make sure I don't mess with the comments during. In between, I mess with the comments. Who remembers what's in a daiquiri? I don't. I can guess. And again, I used to be a bartender, so it's not that my memory's fading. It's just that it's my memory is now cross-circuited. I have two friends that I like and admire, and their names are Aaron and Lennon. And I promise you, I am not doing this intentionally, but And the last couple of get-togethers, I have called them each other's name. So don't know how to get out of that slump. So you got your daiquiri. Daiquiri's usually got some kind of mix in it. I think they call it daiquiri mix. It's got alcohol in it. Usually when you think of frozen drinks, you're thinking rum. But maybe it could be a mixture of different things. So you got some fruit, you got some rum, you got some ice. I'm sure a salt flavor somewhere. I don't know what's in a daiquiri anymore, or if I ever did. But what I do know is on Friday, July 18th, I'm going to be tasting some daiquiris through a straw with a little umbrella. I don't even know where I'm getting my daiquiri on Friday. But I'll be at the club. I will be at the Comedy Zone Friday night, and they have daiquiris on the menu. I'll make it a virgin because I'll be driving, and I don't drink and drive. That is Friday, July 18th, National. I'll phone ahead. I'll see if I can get some discounts. A drink special, daiquiris, on Friday, July 18th, National Daiquiri Day. Saturday, July 19th. It's National Ice Cream Cone Day. There are only two types of ice cream cones. There's the one that tastes like nothing, and all of the others that have flavor attached to them. I am a big fan of ice cream cones that have flavor attached to them. I don't like the paper taste of plain waffle. Give me some chocolate, some graham cracker ass graham. Yes, to be honest, I mean, the only times I really eat ice cream is when I'm out in the streets. When I'm running those streets, I might have a cone, but I don't have a cone because I'm in the streets. I, being a man of proper etiquette, prefer a bowl with a spoon. And you don't really see that in the United States as much. In the United States, you go to an ice cream place and you sit at a picnic table and you eat the ice cream. We have a lot of those here. The people here, they love their ice cream here in central Pennsylvania. But in Italy, it was more like just a matter of convenience. It would be late in the evening. You would go on a passeggiata. You would just be walking along with family, friends, loved ones, whatever you may have. And, oh my goodness, someone put a gelateria here. What can I possibly do with the access to the most delicious tasting ice cream in the world? Well, I would give him €1, or in past time, I would give him a little lira, and they would give me a cone or a bowl, you can ask, and the best tasting ice cream in the world. We've asked this before, what's your favorite ice cream? We may make this a question of the week for next week. You're getting advance notice of future questions of the week. It's not about the ice cream cone. It's about the ice cream. Because honestly, I mean, the cone is just a delivery vehicle for ice cream. It's an unnecessary delivery vehicle for ice cream. But it's an excuse to eat ice cream. Normally, I cover with my right hand because I know you're there. I went this way. That's for the TikToks. I had to move them over here. Anyway, that's Saturday, July 19th, National Ice Cream Cone Day. Sunday, July 20th, is, and I rarely do this, okay? I don't go with international or world or global. I will make an exception here on Sunday, July the 20th. Because 58 years ago, we put human beings on the moon. July 20th, 1969. Sorry, 69. That's only 56 years ago. 56 years ago, we put human beings on the moon. And today is known as no national, no state, no county, no province, no global, no earth. It's just Moon Day. It's the one day of the year when we all look at the moon and go, we've been there, man. We have been there and done that. We put humans on that glowy thing in the sky 56 years ago. And we did it a couple of times afterwards. But then we have not done any space exploration. But every time some future scientist, some future dreamer, some future entrepreneur looks up and sees the moon in the sky, and with today's quality phone, you can zoom right in on it and look at like the Sea of Tranquility. You can see it all. It is a symbol of what is out there. And it's the closest symbol. I mean, the sun we see more of, but it is much further away, and it is way bigger. Mars, Venus, we can see them, but at their distances, they're tiny little speckles on your peckle. But that moon, baby, that moon is right there. So get outside, have a daiquiri, take all of the days of the week, grab your guinea pigs, go outside on the patio, grab a daiquiri, look up in the sky on Moon Day. That's Sunday, July 20th. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been your National Days of the Week.